Okay, so let's talk about it. We're going to be talking about it. This is probably going to be a topic that will trigger people because, we all have different perspectives and belief systems, and I'm just going to share what my perspective is on the truth. And okay, so let's start off. I think that we can all agree that some people, they believe in religion and they follow through that religion, they respect that religion, whether it be from family or, from just genuinely connecting to their God in that way. And that's beautiful. I have not yet met one person that is like, my religion is 100%. I believe every single thing that is a part of it. It don't work like that. It just does not. It just doesn't. And that's okay. I didn't realize how many different denominations of religion, they just kind of branch out into their own thing. And I'm just learning about it. So, it's really interesting. And dare I say that each person has their own unique way or perspective or take on religion in terms of what they actually understand from whatever they practice. So I think that it's important to talk about, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, with that being said, let's just take a moment. So I wanted to talk about gods, and reflect on this, because I do feel like, personally, I believe in one true God, a oneness source creator, the greatest of all dimensions that we are all connected to, and their ways are not our ways, so I cannot really describe them or tell you 100% what they are and what they are not. I'm still trying to figure what they're not. So this concept of gods, now in Christianity, which is what I primarily stem a lot of my beliefs in, there's a really specific commandment about not worshiping other gods. I am the one true God, have no other gods before me. And this is really interesting. Now, the way I see it, and then we look at a Hindu culture, and there are many gods or Orishas, there's all of these different gods, and we know that these gods serve a purpose through the stories that they share and the morals that they help, us understand in that way. So reflecting on this, because I believe that, yes, there is always going to be only one God. I how should I put this? I understand why God could be a jealous God if we look at it in this way. Okay, well, if the greatest of all dimensions is really impermeating all living beings and is the source of where we all come from, then there are messengers. Now, if we take a messenger too seriously and we put it above this, which it's hard for me to even comprehend, but if we put it above it, if we feel like its significance is more than that which we can't see but is still impermeating and kind of like the algorithm for all life, it could be a little tricky. You could have a couple blocks there. It's not really, I don't really resonate with it, but hey, again, I'm not here to condemn anyone for what their beliefs are. I just really want to share my views on this very sensitive topic of gods. Okay? I know many people who believe that they are gods and, ask to be referred to as such. And, sorry, Steve, you're still Steve to me. You're still a human being. Yes, maybe you have a consciousness that is connected to God or a certain God that you are integrated with in such a way that your consciousness and your physical being is going to show that. But we're still humans, which is beautiful. That doesn't make us any more or less amazing and magical. We're still created from stardust, which is the infinite potential of all creation. It's awesome, but I think that we need to ground, okay? When you're in your human body, you're human, okay? That doesn't I'm not to take away from the magic that you are or where you may have come from, but you are a human when you're in your human body. So respect it as so. Respect the purpose for your life. I've never gotten insulted when other people bring up other gods. I have such strong faith in you can believe what you will. I believe that God put it on your heart. They shared those stories, maybe that the other gods touched upon that you resonate with in such a way. But I personally I'm always going to bring it back to the one true source of all life, the oneness creator, God. Anytime other gods are mentioned, I see them more as messengers. I see them as, okay, well, this is a story, and this is what the story is, the moral of the story is. I believe that we're so blessed to be able to understand, this world more through what we believe in, through our faith, through, how we connect with others on this basis. It's a blessing. But having discernment when it comes to your own belief system is so important. Don't take my words for your own factual evidence. Please do your own research and know that I'm just here to present, again, a perspective and my insight of how I look at it. I see God as something that cannot be replaced or even vaguely in comparison, because, to be honest, I don't understand God in God's entirety, because it goes beyond my human comprehension, and that's okay. This is an impermeating, living, cosmic, conscious being that's connected to all possibilities and realities and timelines and dimensions that will ever be. And within those timelines and dimensions and realities, there are other beings that we as humans can understand as small reflections of this higher oneness creator God. So I see these gods as something that I don't really I honor it in the way that I'm okay, I can honor that people believe in it. I can honor that it is here to share a story for us as humans to better understand this concept and this perspective of God, but it is not the whole picture. It's a messenger, and that messenger is just there for that specific message or moral, but there is something that goes beyond that, which we live and breathe and have our being in, which is really, really cool. And it's a blessing. Again, I'm not really here to, I'm just here to share my insight. That's really why I'm making this video. I feel like my faith at this point is so grounded in knowing that God is and always will be and really is period the God, the greatest of all dimensions, that I'm not even threatened or offended or anything like that when other people mention other gods, because it's just how it can't even compare to the entirety of the source of all life that I personally believe in. I do see other gods as simply stories to instill further morals into humanity. Is the best I can say. Every single god in Greek mythology or Hinduism or the Orishas, they all have a story, and that's how we understand them, by the stories and the morals that they have passed down to us, and maybe the traditions that we do along with these understandings to honor them. But yeah, personally, that's where I stand. And I am so thankful that I'm able to make this video and kind of share. I think a couple years ago I was so confused on my faith and what I believed in, and there was a lot going on. And now I'm at a point where I feel a lot more grounded in understanding that, hey, there's only one God, but there are gods. I'm not going to deny that fact. There are gods out there, but I put all of my faith and believe in this one God because it's connected to all infinite possibilities, realms, dimensions, realities, and ultimately I believe that it's the one that made all of these gods, and they serve a purpose. They serve in the way that they're supposed to, and I honor that. But yeah, like, don't put any gods before the greatest of all dimensions, because you're going to block yourself up. For those who believe that they are gods, it becomes a little tricky, because what do you take accountability or responsibility for in the world? How is that really connected? And sometimes I feel like it can be a big toll on a human being when they get a bit too deep into identifying as a god themselves. And like, listen, we're really blessed. We're made in God's image. Like, we are able to have this consciousness and understand like the divinity to such an extent that it is a blessing. And our consciousness is a blessing, but I feel like there's so much that we don't know and just are not in control of, and that's okay. Like, as humans, we can enjoy the ride. We don't have to control it all. We can allow ourselves to just be and to learn the lessons while we're here on Earth, because I do believe Earth is just a giant school ground for us to understand God more. And yeah, religion is like a place where you can learn a lot about different beliefs surrounding God, but it's really up to you to tap into your own heart, to tap into your own soul, tap into the God-given potential and life that you have, to see what is it that God has given you, to understand them more, to be more in alignment with this source of all creation, in harmony with all infinite timelines and possibilities and beliefs and just everything, just tapping more into that. So I hope that this video helped you. I pray that you will continue throughout your day and that you will get to know God for yourself, and what the nature of God looks like to you, and all of that. Again, however that looks like for you, I would love to know, like, how do you define it? Again, I know this might trigger some people, and for that, that's on you, fam. I just wanted to share my insight, and I respect you, and I'd love to hear your insight as well. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. God bless.